much for having us in your adorable home. We're here to talk about astrosexology. Can you explain what that is and the difference between that and being an astrologist?
So I'm the one and only astrosexologist because I own the trademark. But it is astrology with a focus on love, sex, and relationships. So it's like going to a specialist as opposed to a general practitioner.
Very cool. You have a book, The Celestial Sex Box Handbook. What's the book about?
It's about each male of the zodiac, and it's the A to Z of everything you need to know, from spotting them to dumping them, the whole cycle of the relationship, and all fun tips of ways you can max out your fun with each sign.
Sounds helpful, for sure. Okay, so the first celebrity trio we're going to talk about is Ciara, who's now married to Russell, and she has an ex-Future. What can you say about Future and Ciara's relationship? What was that about? How was that?
So they're both Scorpio, so I'm sure it was a very intense, sexual, dark, and passionate relationship where it was kind of just like, I can't live without the other, because that's how Scorpios do it. But with Scorpios, it's all or nothing. So it's like they're either totally in love or totally want to fucking kill the other person. So it's like one or the other. It's love or hate.
And it seems like they're still warring. Do you feel like they'll work things out eventually, or it's always going to be?
I think they're going to have to because they have a kid. And you mentioned that he was a little Taurus child. Mm-hmm. So he's going to be like stable. He's going to want to have like steady routines and things like that. And I think with her being with someone that offers more stability, I think, in like the rebound, the kid will kind of get some more stability too. But I think as she is going to be, because she's totally upgraded her new life with her new man who, yeah, it's like he's an American hero. He's, he won the Super Bowl, and like, he's a nice religious conservative type of person. So people love that kind of thing. And I feel like she's going to be taking that role of his wife. She's going to follow suit.
Do you think they were celibate? They claimed they were before they got married.
It's like, who cares and who wants to know? It's just like, that's just so narcissistic for him to even have to say anything, which, he's a Sagittarius. Sagittarians just kind of blurt out things. So, why he even had to mention it, who knows? That's TMI. It's just too much information.
Okay, well, speaking about TMI, we are going to next look at Chyna.
He's just like a deer caught in the headlights, and she was like the big truck that came and, into the truck and took her prize home and hung him on the wall.
Why do you say that? Like, what is it about her sign that makes you think that?
Well, she's a sign of Taurus, which is a sign of money. Not to say that, like, she's a gold digger, but, it's like Tauruses do like their cash, and however way they work for their money, they do work hard. So in her case, it's like working hard meant, like, getting knocked up within weeks of meeting someone and, like, getting that paper signed and an miniseries.
What about Rob? What's his sign?
Oh, the sign of the victim. It's like he's basically Hollywood roadkill. He's a Pisces with he's Pisces with a Libra moon. So those are both very passive signs, and in astrology they square each other. So it's just like his basic self and his emotions are always kind of at odds. Also, he's got Mars in his 4th house, which is like the sign of it's like the aggression planet in the family house. So that also makes him always at odds with his family in some kind of way. They're always kind of pushing him. And more so with his mom. That's like, he definitely has some major mama issues, because that his like Mars, the sign of, the planet of war, is in his family house. Okay. So he's kind of wimpy from looking at his chart. So like any woman that's going to just kind of like smack him and like tell him what to do with a plan is going to be someone that can be in a relationship with him, which seems like Blac Chyna is more than willing to do.
Do you think that she's going to help him get closer to his family again, or she'll create division.
Well, she already has because, you know, she's made him marketable again to his mom.
Good point.
So it's just like that is love. You're back on the TV show, like, you know. It's like, come here, honey. So, I mean, in that way, she has bridged the gap with her family already, with his family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, the Kardashians are about their money too.
They're about their money. They're about exposure. They're about like just being ridiculous.
All right, moving right along, we have Ruby Rose. She is dating this businesswoman, Harley Gusman. Any sense of Ruby and the seriousness of that?
She's a Pisces, and she's got worldwide fame now, and everybody wants her. It's like she's a Pisces, so she's just going with the emotions. She loves the worship. She loves like feeling in love, you know, every day. So I feel like if you just like look on her Wikipedia like timeline as far as like personal life goes, it's just like it's like an attendance sheet of a woman's school. It's just like yes, it's just like this woman that she's with now sounds great, but it's just like an accessory. It's just like the new season will come and she'll have a new desire for something else.
Okay, so it's all about Ruby at the end of the day. Taking a complete right turn into a, one would say, uglier turn into politics. The election is in the news. What do you have to say about Donald Trump from the point of sexology?
Well, as a Gemini, there's like he probably has a very short attention span, and he's got a Leo rising and a Sagittarian moon, so it's like he's going to be very quick and aggressive and very all about himself, you know. It's just like he's very narcissistic, and that comes across in bed. And, you know, it's like with the Gemini part, though, he doesn't have a long attention span for anything. So sex is one of those things, except for maybe, you know, jerking off because he does love himself.
So he doesn't sound like he would be a great sex partner.
No, and also I don't think he would be a very good president either because he's sign of Gemini, which is the least likely sign to be president of the United States. We've only had one Gemini president. It was JFK. Yes, he was well loved, but that didn't last very long. And, you know, he had a very short tenure as the president, too. So the chances of a Gemini being elected is in like gambling odds is very low.
All right. Well, that's good to hear, Kiki, for sure. Melania, his wife, who, does she still sleep with him? Because it's hard to imagine that anyone does.
True, but you're not getting paid now, are you? So she is Capricorn and Taurus, so those are two earth signs, so that is like gold digger upon gold digger going on here. So, but the thing with Melania is she does her job well, because Capricorns are very like detail orientated, they like to build things, so I feel like with her, it's she does her job well, she sleeps with him and does what she has to do to be a wife.
Okay, so moving out of politics and into cuffing season, it's cold weather is just around the corner. When people link up, even if they don't really want to, what just to have somebody. What do you see for cold weather months as far as relationships go? Bigger picture.
Well, I think this year it's going to be good because Jupiter, the planet of luck, is going to be in Libra, the sign of partnership, starting in October. So for all those people who think that they're just mindlessly hooking up, they could be actually finding their first true love. So
potential for soulmate.
Yeah, with Libras, it's about partnership and balance and like having commitment. So it could wind up being an interesting season this year of who winds up with who.
Well, I guess be very careful then who you perhaps link with this fall.
Or just be open to trying new things.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Kiki.
Welcome.